So you just mentioned Ferguson. Key and Peele was still very much on as those conversations were very much in the sort of zeitgeist, if you will. How much sort of pressure did you feel, or responsibility did you feel to tackle and include skits about race?
Quite a bit, actually, because I think people, you check your Twitter feed and everyone's like, why isn't Luther talking about this? You know, why isn't Luther talking about that? And I have to give quite a lot of credit to my partner who, it's like, he's the base of the light bulb and I'm the filament. And so I need him to go, hey man, let's just keep writing our reality and keep leaning into what we find comedically, structure-wise is gonna work for us. Then our reality is going to reflect off of other people and they'll think about it based on what we're just doing in regard to our reality. So if you think of a sketch like White Person Hoodie, which is really great because what Jordan did is he made a proactive sketch that was comedic. Like I was saying, it's fighting that didactic nature of satire sometimes. So if I live in this world, what would I do to make my life easier? Was the question he asked himself to write that sketch. And I think that became a mantra for us because very often, if you're a person of color, the fact that you have melanin in your skin makes the sketch exist on more than 2 or 3 levels. It's so interesting that people talk about, but you have to tackle Ferguson, you have to do this stuff. We were never in a place to make topical stuff because the show took so long to make. And I always thought some of the most revolutionary things that we did, so like, we want to do a sketch about Victor Hugo and Les Miserables. So we're going to do that sketch. We just happen to be people of color. We're going to put on our powdered wigs and our cravats and do our sketch. And that should just be okay. You know what I mean? Let's just do that sketch. You know what I mean? Or these two guys, why do we have to justify why we have melanin? Right.
And if those don't work, you know I'm working up that plan B, brother. You have a gun? Oh yeah, 3D printer, baby. 100% polyurethane. They can't detect these mammal jammers.
That's what? They have a weapon! They have a weapon! Who got a weapon? These guys got a weapon! Where you at, Terry? Everybody relax! We taking control of this place!
My hope down the line, 100 years from now or 200 years from now, if you're looking at an archive, I would love someone to watch a Key and Peele sketch and go, I don't get this at all. I'd love them to hate how stale our show is. That's my prayer for Earth, is that our show has no meaning in 200 years.
Sure.
I've never pulled this out. Jordan and I did a live stand-up show up at the Shoreline Amphitheater in Silicon Valley for 12,000 people. And right beforehand, one of the comics who had just walked off stage, he's like, he had been talking to us earlier, and he's like, so you guys are kind of gonna just go out there and work off of each other? And we're like, well, we're improvisers, that's kind of what we do. And he's like, God, that's terrifying, what you're talking about right now, but good, you know, hey, you have a great set. I said, you have 20 minutes.
20 minutes?
20 minutes.
Wow.
So Jordan looks at me and he goes, we're gonna do we'll do some East West Bowl names, here's some funny football names. We'll get out there, make some observations, shibbity-doo, blah, blah, blah.
I know any performance that starts with shibbity-doo, blah, blah, blah.
Right? Neither of us, Jordan's done one stand-up gig in his life, right? I've done none. You know, what do I'm a classically trained actor, learn the lines, right? So we go on stage and Ari Spears had just left the stage, killing fields. So we walk on stage, we have our energy, and it was the first time in my career where I was like, hey, you know, one thing, boo. And then it starts rolling back. And it's one of those amphitheaters where there's seats and seats and seats, and then there's a rolling hill. And as the night had gone on, it got decidedly bluer, and the comics had gotten bluer and bluer and bluer. And I look over at Jordan, and we always end our set when we do shows at colleges with a song that we were singing. We're 6 minutes in, and I'm trying to tell the most ribald jokes I can think of. I'm just like, y'all, and then I got decidedly black. I was like, yeah, I think, you know, when you go to prison, and someone's trying to rape you in prison. And nope, that didn't work. And Jordan looks at me and goes, Keegs. And I'm like, yeah, flop sweat. Yeah, and he goes, you want to sing a song? We're at the 7-minute mark. 9 minutes. We're on stage for 9 minutes. We turn around, we walk off stage, and there's Joe Coy going, it was sublimely horrible. God. All right, I did it. I went all in. I laid my kings on the table.